Good morning and welcome to Admin Day Updates and Information Fall 2020. We're very happy to have you here today. We're glad to be able to offer you another update on Admin Day. My name is Connie Nieto. We want to give you a warm welcome. We're looking forward to having a great class and exchanging information. We would also want you to make sure that you interact with us via chat. Send any questions or things that you would like to discuss in our next admin days, and let us know how we could further work and communicate with you. Today with you as panelist, Connie Nieto, myself, Senior Instructor of Technology Services, Leslie Fernandez Rosales, Senior VP of Business Development, Christy Dennis, Instructor of Technology Services, and guest starring Maggie Curiel, Instructor of Technology Services. We're very happy, all of us, to be here with you today. The first thing I want to always mention is that we do have admin membership and access for information. You can be sure to write or call into membership. The email to membership is membership@miamire.com. Note that you have different levels of access that you could obtain. You can include MLS access, access to the Miami Gateway, to Miami Realtors Live, and of course to youtube.com/miamitrainers, to the videos and tutorials like this class. You can obtain this form that we have here on screen by going to miamirealtors.com and clicking on membership, or again, like I said, calling in or writing into membership@miamire.com. Christy, go ahead.
In this portion, we're talking about the importance of broker maintenance and updates. So you do want to update the association membership at miamire.com whenever your agent transfers into your office or between branches. You also want to update membership at miamire.com if you want to increase or decrease their MLS access. Also, if you're interested in knowing what access your agents have in your branches, you can also request that information from membership at miamire.com. Always remember that when an agent leaves your office, you do want to send a follow-up email to membership at miamire.com to make sure that they're removed from your branch. So most of the time, if they do leave your branch, the other broker will make the request, but you want to make it as well, just to make sure that your information is accurate inside of your rosters. Aside from that, you want to use the NAR webpage, or at least guide your agents toward the NAR page so that you can ensure that they're up to date reviewing their code of ethics training. Whenever we have new member orientation, many agents can look to see that their information was confirmed with NAR by following this link. All they would need is their NRDS number as well as their license number for the update. Each cycle is 2 years. Next slide.
Realtor.com. We wanted to let you know and make sure that you're promoting or letting your agents know that they have a free individual profile on Realtor.com. Every agent should visit Realtor.com, go to find a realtor that I have here highlighted in blue, search with the name as it appears on their license, right? Edit the profile, add their photo, images, and links, display their NAR designation. The great thing about this agent profile that they have available to them is here they'll have all their sales, all their rentals, all the information available, and it starts to accumulate their info. Also, if they have licenses in multiple states, it gathers all of their information from sales, rentals, etc. So it's a very good idea. Remember that Realtor.com is the most widely used website for people searching for realtors, and it's free. It's one of their free items from the NAR, so might as well use it.
Realtor.com also provides a backend for brokers and admins to use. Realtor.com will offer you a profile. You can access it by contacting their customer care line. It's 1-844-296-4392. You can locate all of your individual offices in multiple branches. You can also add any updated information to the profiles. your office settings and your lead settings to the agents can be applied through this portal. The benefit of this is that all of your offices will look uniformed. You can also update agent information. If the logo has changed, if an office location has changed, you can update that information for them. You can also guide them to make the changes to have a more professional appearance on their profiles. So as far as agents, you are able to view your entire roster and update their profiles. You're also able to see the listings. So any of the listings that appear for agents, you can see them. But as brokers, you can customize what information you'd like to be displayed from these listings. And you'll also have in-depth reporting on the performances on your end regarding your broker leads and listing performances. So your branding can also be up to date. And you can include your logo, the colors, and of course, any updates to your brokerage's name. Next slide.
All right, so good morning. This is Maggie. It's my turn to talk to you about Homesnap and some of the changes that have occurred within Homesnap. Specifically, there is a brand new integration between Matrix X, which is the updated, redesigned version of Matrix, and Homesnap. Next. So one of the things that you'll be able to do is actually edit listings directly from your Homesnap app. All you would have to do is go to your profile, tap on your listings, select the listing that you want to tap, and you would be able to edit your listing directly from your mobile device. Obviously, you're not going to be able to edit every detail, but things like, a change in price, you'll be able to go ahead and modify, and it will then sync to Matrix, so you don't have to worry about trying to do things twice, which is really convenient. Next. Also, you do have the option of importing your contacts from Matrix into Homesnap, making it even easier to invite your customers to use Homesnap. So again, you would just go to your profile, there's a button that says invite, and you would then have the option to invite your MLS contacts. It will ask you to log into your MLS, which you would do with your user ID, your license, and your password. And then you can just select the contacts that you'd like to invite and send them an invitation to download Homesnap through you. Next. You also are able to access your saved searches and your listing cards. So from your home screen on Homesnap, when you tap on the search bar at the top where you normally would plug in a zip code or a city, you'll actually see that you now have an option to access your saved searches from Matrix and your cards from Matrix. This only works one way, meaning if I were to save a search in Homesnap, I'm not going to see it in Matrix. So it only works in one direction. I can pull things from Matrix into Homesnap, but I can't do the opposite. But again, if I were working on something on a computer, I would be able to save it, and then I would be able to open it up on Homesnap and access it really easily there as well. Next. You also have the option to chat within your Homesnap application. So if you are a Homesnap user, you know that there's a chat feature. It allows you to chat with your Matrix contacts. So if I were to find a listing or some properties on Homesnap and I wanted to send it to someone whose information I have saved as a contact in Matrix, I would be able to pull their information into the chat and send them that information through the app. So I don't have to worry about trying to locate it on Matrix and then trying to send it to them through Matrix or whatnot. It just makes it a little more seamless to communicate with your customer. Next. Another really great thing that's happened with Homesnap is that they are now advertising, or they're plugging in and syndicating your rental listings into Facebook Marketplace. So this is only for rentals and leases. You would enter it into Matrix, and then from Matrix, they would pull it and populate it into Facebook Marketplace. Anyone who then wants more information, that lead is captured for you and emailed to you. For this to happen though, the broker has to basically turn this feature on. They have to allow the syndication. So these are the steps the broker would take. It's under Add Edit. Just enter the office ID, click on Office Syndication and Advertise, and there is an option that says Syndicate to Facebook Market via Homesnap. Make sure it's checked off and you save that change. Everything rolls over the next day. So after 9 a.m. the following morning, the listings would be populated into Facebook Marketplace. Next. And remember that Facebook Marketplace is free. So when you advertise your listings, I've heard that Craigslist is going to start charging. You have to pay to advertise your rentals on Zillow, on Zumper, but Facebook Marketplace is free, and you have Homesnap free from Miami. So all you have to worry about is entering your listings into Matrix. You don't have to enter them into Matrix and into Facebook Marketplace. And again, this is just for rentals, okay? Just for rentals. Now, once it appears in Facebook Marketplace the next day after 9 a.m., again, anyone who then wants more information, that lead is captured and it is emailed to you using whatever email address Homesnap has on file for you, which is the email address you supplied on your membership application. Now, keep in mind that Facebook Marketplace doesn't allow duplicate entries, meaning if someone was granted access to advertise listings, or if you had already gone in, the agents had already gone in and entered the listings into Facebook Marketplace, Homesnap is not going to be allowed to populate it. Facebook will not permit it because they don't want duplications. So just keep in mind that if you don't see your listing, it could potentially be because you already entered it or someone else with permission to advertise had entered it. And that should be it. If you have any questions, of course, you can always reach out to us. And if you need those step-by-step instructions, we have those for you as well.
All right, the okay to advertise. We had mentioned this before in our previous, but we want to talk to you guys about it a little more again. This is just, it's a sheet of information that went out to brokers to make sure. Maggie made a point to show you about the Homesnap portion. Well, this here is to make sure that you allow for modification to occur, right? And the okay to advertise means that you're allowing others to promote your listing. Now, you still have access by listing to say yes or no to this, but this is you opening up your office. So if you have questions about this, please feel free to reach out, trainers at Miami RE or MLS at Miami RE, or call in. But these are the instructions. And remember, like always, at the end of these, if you registered, I go ahead and create the presentation and send it back out in PDF. So if you have any questions, you can see what we've prepared for you. Market stats with Matrix RPR and South Florida Market Intel. We have a new class that started and it's been doing really well. It's the next one is scheduled November 24th at 11:30 a.m. I believe there's one that's the Spanish one, and there's one that morning at 9:30. Maggie will be giving the class. It is a statistics class. It does show members how they can pull inventory analysis, how they can master their market, buyer or seller market, understanding market information, running the 1004 MC report, getting information on median sales, and more. You get matrix statistics as well, real-time stats over a 10-year period, historic account of active listings, sales volume, medium sale price, days on market, and much more. So we really thought that though this may be very interesting for the agent, that it may be something that you would be interested in doing, or your broker may be interested in doing. So if you'd like, again, those classes are available. I'm just gonna take it back a couple. It's market stats with Matrix RPR, South Florida Market Intel, and more. Next, we have a new definitions page on our MLS page. Last time we went thoroughly through our MLS page. We covered all of the areas, input forms, etc. But this was something new and exciting that was created for us, taken directly from the rules and regulations. Which is a large document over 50 pages long. They gave us these new status and property types where you have the understanding of what active under contract, etc. It's a PDF file that you can download. You can post it in your offices. You can send the links to someone asking you what the statuses may mean, or if you have questions yourself, you could get it. It also has a description of property types, including in-depth detailed on commercial. So please, if you could visit it, it would be wonderful. appeal, it's on our MLS page, miamirealtors.com/MLS, and it's located there for your use. More from our MLS page. Remember that you have access to the fines page and the appeals request. With Christy, we spoke about this last time. I don't know, Christy, if you want to add some details on the appeals, but for the MLS fines, I do like to let you know that we call this the do not do list. So avoid these so that you don't have any issues. I don't know if you keep them posted in your office or if you would like to. These are also available on the MLS page. They're easy to print, they're PDFs, they're easy to share. Christy, anything you'd like to add about the MLS appeal?
I would, and also about the MLS fines. So brokers are responsible for all unpaid agent-ish fines, as well as teams and office fines. Listing agents, on the other hand, are responsible for their unlicensed assistant fines, which it does detail that in the page. So you do want to use your MLS appeal request form as soon as you receive that email regarding a fine. So you want to make those updates to the MLS promptly, and you want to use your MLS appeal form to fill out the information and the possible reason why the fine happened, so that you're able to discuss that and explain that to membership. You would send them to membership@miamire.com so they can update that information. That's all I wanted to add.
Thanks, Christy. Just to let you know, our status change form is also on our MLS page for any additional changes, specific status changes, executed contracts, and to remember that even though you supply this, many times you also need to supply contract and signed documents. This page and the ones for the appeal are both available in Form Simplicity and Dotloop. So if you're using them inside your transaction, you have access to both of these inside Dotloop and Form Simplicity. Chrissy, it's all you.
So here we are. This is regarding showing time. Showing time has included in-person and virtual showings. We wanted to bring this up because the MLS has provided us showing time guidelines, which it does give us tips and tricks, things to consider when we're showing in person and things to not do. And some of those things that we shouldn't want to do is show many people a home at once. So you want to avoid large groups, but you also want to set up your showing in a way that you can keep yourself safe as well as your party. And this includes possibly going into the home, opening up all doors so that everyone doesn't have to touch any of those high touch point areas like doorknobs. You want to go ahead and open everything up that they are going to have access to see, and then have just sanitary products that they can use throughout their showing. And these showing time guidelines are available on the MLS page that you can take a look at. You can also include it in your presentations as an option that you can give a possible customer if you're interested in showing their homes, to show them how safe you as an agent are in maintaining the safety of their home when you're showing their property. As well, we do have a showing time class that's going to be available next month. We have had it twice now, but it does go into detail on how you can optimize your in-person showings as well as your virtual showings. You can utilize both of them to give maximum exposure to your listing, and this includes going nationwide or possibly globally. So you can go ahead and schedule this class at this time. And we do have tips and tricks on our YouTube page that you can see. Please join us for that showing time class with Matrix X and MLS 401, where we go into detail regarding listing maintenance of your current listings. Next slide.
These are our MLS information sheets and input forms. As Chrissy mentioned, we give this information during our MLS 401 class. This is also to let you know and reinforce that these are not only available on our MLS page, but also in Form Simplicity and Dotloop. So if you have someone that likes to keep all their transaction paperwork in order, they have their forms there for all of them, including condo, townhouse, single family, etc. And just a quick reminder, because we get the question all the time, is what does SEF stand for? Because it's on our MLS page, it's on these forms, etc. Remember that it's Southeast Florida, and that our area of coverage is Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, and San Lucie County. Also, I don't have it here, but the association has created 3 or 4 pages of maps of our coverage area that are available on the very top right of our MLS page. So again, SEF, Southeast Florida, maps available to you, and the input forms hopefully available to you in PDF here, and writable in both Dotloop and Form Simplicity. Closing of the listing. This becomes really important because we need the statistics for our market statistics class for you, etc. So reporting can be found, and when you close out a listing, information is provided in our pages: South Florida Market Stats, sfmarketintel.com, and also the new class that we created that we mentioned to you. Be sure to get information and statistics from these pages. Remember that we offer for Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, and San Lucie on a monthly basis reports like this. You come into our news page, click on South Florida Market Stats, and you get these reports. Hopefully this will help you. So if you guys have questions in your area, or you're looking for detail and statistics, you can get this as well as take the class mentioned before. Closing the listing. This is ever more important. We do cover this in a full version in a 401 class, just to make sure that the closing dates are correct, that you're using the correct selling agent ID, and what to use for a non-MLS member is the code that we have here on screen. But also to please implore that they take a minute to tell us what the intended use is, where the buyer's country of origin is, even if it's in the US or if it's from somewhere else, to note it. But if it is in the US, also to let us know about the current state and zip code. And the reason being is we'd like to capture information not only from foreigners coming to purchase and live in South Florida, but where they're coming from other geographic areas in the US, so that we can capture this Miami MSA, metropolitan statistical area, for New Yorkers that they're coming to South Florida. So we'd like to capture this detail, and that's done on that closing page, and it helps us for reporting purposes. It also helps us that if the association is able to capture this information and share it with our members to help them with their marketing efforts. So again, we have global research for you, and your closing file affects that, as well as being able to report items like this. I also want to take a minute to let you know that we've created a page called Free from Miami. It's miamirealtors.com/free-from-Miami, and it has a list of products and services where members have access to for free, including Savvy Card and so much more. If they're ever asking you, what they could do, what they could get for free, if they're looking to market themselves, they have access to Agent 3000 for free, but maybe that's too much to remember. But I think this Free from Miami might be something that'll catch on, and you'll say, oh, well, maybe you'll find it there. Maybe you'll find what you're looking for. So there's reporting information. Remember that they have access to Remind Pro, that's CMAs that helps them do predictive analytics, that helps them do searches and find potential customers. So all of this is listed here in Free from Miami, broken down into what categories they could be looking for. It's easy to navigate. They click, it'll take them to the product, an explanation of the product or service, and then they can have access and know that they have more than 80 products and services for Free from Miami. So again, maybe a benefit to help you if you're getting questions or if you're wondering, and just easily accessible. Again, miamirealtors.com/free-from-Miami. Leslie, all you.
Thank you, Connie. Good morning, everyone. This is just a brief portion on the National Association of Realtors trademark and how to use it. So remember that you are a realtor because you belong to the National Association of Realtors, and any member that becomes member of a local board is required to be a part of the state and national board as well. So these slides are just a reminder that you can help for those of you that are on that are realtors, or if you're the admin or broker, to just be aware of looking for how you're using it, like in your email handles or websites, your domains. So Connie, next. So as I mentioned, it's only NAR, its members and its member boards that may use the mark. So it's the realtor trademark. Next. So 5 key facts, and a lot of this you can find on the NAR website, and we will provide the link for that. The realtor is a member of the National Association of Realtors, and the term realtor should never be used as a substitute for real estate agent. Non-members may not use the realtor mark, so if you are no longer a member of the National Association, you may not use it. Design standards for the realtor marks must be followed. Members can use the realtor trademarks with limitations, and we're going to go over that in a second. And then realtor marks can be used on the internet marketing. Members are allowed to use the realtor marks only to indicate membership in NAR. Excuse me, this is something that blocked it. In NAR by using the marks with a member's name or with a legal name of a member's broker's real estate firm. So next. So what is not allowed? Adjectives. So in social media, you cannot use the word realtor with adjectives such as luxury realtor, web domains, neighborhood realtor, Bob the best realtor, and then Sunbiz like realtor services. So just be careful how you're using it. You can't use Miami's best realtor or Miami's realtor. Anything like that is not allowed. Next. Also not allowed, as I mentioned, you can't do like Realtor of South Florida, your email there, you know, Miami Broward Realtor, web domains, Miami's Best Realtor. And again, be careful in Sunbiz. Even if you're trying to do a play on words, it's kind of like a slippery slope there, and it is not allowed. And so you will be sent a violation to change your domain or your email handle or even your social media. So just be aware of this, be aware of it with your agents if you see it. And then of course, if you're using it, know that you must change it. Okay, what is allowed is, for example, your name, punctuation, and then realtor. So for example, Nancy Fernandez, comma, realtor. You can use it in your email, such as Nancy Fernandez Realtor. Again, social media with punctuation, nancy.fernandez.realtor, and then your web domain, Nancy Fernandez Realtor. So this is allowed as long as you follow these guidelines. Next. So NAR put a nice video together, and Connie's going to play it for you. It kind of sums it up. And again, this is also found on NAR's website.
Hi, I'm Mark, the valiant defender of the National Association of Realtors trademark. The real estate world is kind of crazy at times, isn't it? You've got to advertise yourself and your listings to keep up, but you still need to be genuine and honest. Can't go overboard. And on top of all that, there's the internet. Got to keep up with things like Facebook and Twitter. So how do you do it? How do you manage to stand out, but stay authentic and trustworthy? Simple. If you're a member of the National Association of Realtors, you use the mark. The Realtor mark tells everyone around you that you are more than just a real estate licensee. You are special. You are trustworthy. You adhere to a code of ethics that protects clients, the public, and other real estate people. Using the mark tells people that you are committed to ethical practice and high standards of real estate service. Okay, but here's the thing. If all members don't use the mark correctly, no one gets the benefits it provides in delivering that important message. None. Nada. Zip. Zilch. In fact, when members use it incorrectly, that use actually diminishes the unique meaning of the mark and therefore diminishes its value. All right, so how do we go about using it correctly? Well, a few simple rules can help us preserve and promote the meaning and value of the mark for years to come. To start with, be sure you don't use realtor as a generic term for real estate agent. It means member of the National Association of Realtors. Now, since it identifies you as a member, you should use the realtor mark with your name or the name of your firm. Something like John Smith, Realtor, or Sunshine Realty Realtors, or even www.johnsmithrealtor.com. But when it's used with a description or interchangeably as a job title, it can sound like it just refers to anyone in the real estate business, regardless of whether they're a member or not. For example, your hometown realtor, even if you're a member, is incorrect. Remember, realtor means member, so it doesn't make sense to say your hometown member, does it? No matter where we use the term, on a flyer or website or even on Facebook, using it correctly preserves and promotes the value for all of us. These and other rules about style and form may seem inconvenient at times, but all of them are intended to preserve the value of the mark. With a little help from realtors everywhere, all members can continue to enjoy the benefits the mark offers for years to come.
So here is the link. It's a lengthy link, but we will provide a short link for you for the NAR membership marks manual. Any questions, you can refer to this. You can actually even just Google NAR membership marks manual for a direct link. If you have questions, the NAR Trademark Protection Program, there is the website. And then, of course, if you have questions, you can either direct them to Evian White de Leon, our Chief Legal Counsel, or myself. As Connie mentioned, Leslie, and then our email addresses are there for you. But again, this is all there to protect, as they said, the integrity of the realtor name and membership. So, and I believe that's it for me. Thank you, Connie.
Oh, no, you're welcome. And for our purposes, I'm going to keep this up just another second and then remind you that we will be sending, if you registered for the class, I will be sharing the presentation so you have the details. Friendly reminder that classes are available. We have classes available live via Zoom, but we also have an extensive library at miamirealtorslive.com as well as youtube.com/miamitrainers. Searching and navigating is easy. The great thing about Miami Realtors Live is that all of our education efforts are recorded and available there to our members. And the trainer part, technology services, we have an extensive library with over 400 videos and over 3,200 subscribers on our YouTube channel. We ask you to share this benefit with your agents, to use them yourself for office trainings, to let us know if there's something else that you would like for us to have available to you. If you are using it, please feel free to reach out to Leslie, to Christy, to Maddie, or myself. We'd love to hear feedback on if any of you are using our recordings or if you've made it part of a playlist on your very own channel. That would be magnificent for us to know so that we make sure that we're providing you what you need and that you are actually using the videos and the recordings. We also want to mention to you not to forget that we have South Florida commercial. And if you need information or are interested, or someone in your office is, that they can reach out to Paul Cauchi, Paul at miamire.com, and Eileen Cardell, Eileen at miamire.com. Always stay connected and informed. One of the best ways to stay connected, of course, in this day and age is through email. So if you visit our page, and I know that this is one of Leslie's things that she loves to show, is on the very bottom. If you feel you're no longer receiving our messages, please take a minute, visit our website on the very bottom, click subscribe to Miami Emails, and make sure to stay connected and informed. Miami-Dade Outreach. If you're wondering if you have questions or if you have concerns or something you'd like to share, you can reach out to Eileen Cardell and Leslie, and their emails are here on screen.
Connie, can I just interject?
Of course.
For the email, thank you. For the emails, I'd like to, for the admins or the brokers on here, the Miami emails are a great way for you to forward them to your agents, because sometimes they won't, or maybe they're not receiving them, but it's a good way for you to forward it to your agents. They're probably more likely to open it coming from you and seeing like any particular class that you would want them to join. But I always tell our members to at least open the email and skim it. And that's something that you could start telling your offices as well, because sometimes so many people miss something that they cared about. Luckily, now we have a lot of the things, as Connie mentioned, recorded and uploaded to Miami Realtors Live, but it's just really important. And also for outreach, we're basically people to contact when you're not sure who to contact at the association. And it's not just with questions, but also any feedbacks or concerns. We've improved even things on Matrix because of member feedback. So if it can't be done, we can at least let you know why, but we want you to know that it is heard and it does help. Thank you, Connie.
Sure. We also have Broward Outreach, Danielle Claremont and Lori McQuestion. And then last but not least, your Miami trainers available to you on social media. We do have a landing page on the website, and it's Robert, Connie, Maggie, and Christy, the four of us available to you. If you have any questions, you can reach us at trainers@miamire.com, as well as the original Christy at miamire.com, Maggie at miamire.com, Connie at miamire.com, and Robert at miamire.com. And with that, we're concluding our presentation for this morning. We were excited to provide you updates, especially the information that Leslie provided on trademarks and using your marks. That video is available. I will be sharing the presentation as mentioned. If you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you, so you can send them through the chat. And if not, thank you so much for joining us today, for being a part of our Admin Day, for continuing to participate. We will be thinking of having one early next year. We'll do the same. We'll send an email invite to all of those that have registered before, and of course, reach out to you